What's up, everyone? GSmith64 here, and this is going to be a shorter video. This is a let's look at Fallout Shelter. Now, you may know what Fallout Shelter already is. It's by Bethesda Studios, same people that made Skyrim, Fallout, all of those big series. This was originally a mobile game. Mobile, whatever you prefer to pronounce it as. But this was on the phone. But this was originally on the phone, an action game, not an action game, a vault simulator. You're the overseer, you're taking care of your vault type thing. And all you're doing is just essentially building your vault up to its max potential and trying to save your people, keep them alive from radar attacks, bug attacks, fires, all of that, and have your vault thrive and prosper. Now that's just the nitty-gritty, the meat and potatoes of the game. That's the bare basics of the description. But we actually had a perfect example here of a radar attack. This is one of the few things that will happen sometimes for your vault. So you must protect your vault by giving your people weapons and armor and all of that to keep them alive. Give me that armor. Now you're asking, how do you get that stuff? Well, killing raiders is a great way to do it. Raiders, every time you kill raiders, they can have loot on them and all of that. But the initial way you'll be doing it is having a vault dweller. Here, I'll send out my son real quick. I'm in the vault somewhere. Well, actually, I'm not in the vault currently, but sending them out into the waste to go explore. And then you can give them stem packs and Radaway if you have it and all of that. But giving them stuff to survive and sending them out for as long as you think they should be out. Like, you'll get tabs on what's happening. No, I don't want to. We'll get to that in a second. This is what I wanted to look at. But his Wasteland expedition has just started. So Simon Smith, my son, is out there going to hunt. And he'll hunt indefinitely until he either dies or he decides it's finally time for him to come back. Or I call him back. Those are the only three ways that a dweller will come back. So you want to keep track of how long they've been out there. Because depending on their gear and equipment, depends on how long they can survive out there. Because the longer they're out there, the tougher the enemies will get. And the more loot they'll find. But the longer it will also take them to get back to the vault. Now, the other parts of the vault that are required is the living quarters, so that way you have places for your vault dwellers to live, the power plant, so that way your vault has power, the water treatment, and the restaurant. The restaurant is where you produce all your food, water treatment is where you produce all your water. As you can see on the top of the screen there, you have three little bars telling you how much of each item we have and how much the bare minimum we need. Currently we have 207 out of 300. That's the max storage potential of our power. For food we have 200. The max storage is 225 and the max storage for water is 225. And we're doing fine on all of those. We do not need those. So we're doing fine on those. If you need more, you simply hit the Y button, which is the building button on Xbox, and you craft the room that you need. So, for example, let's say we don't have enough power here. So what we would do is we would build another generator somewhere. I'm not going to do it, but we would build another generator and then assign a dweller there. Because the special stats of the Fallout games still have an effect in this game. Like, for example, depending on what your strength stat is, depends on how much power you can produce and how fast you can produce it. So, if you have people that are high in strength, like Peter Foster here, who has high strength, and then the armor he's wearing gives him an additional 4 strength, he would be really great at the power plant. It will help him produce more power and produce it faster. Same with Catherine Allen, who is wearing military fatigues, and then John Shepard, who's also wearing another outfit. While food is based off of agility. And then there's water, which is based off perception. And then there is other items like Radaway and the Med Bay, which will produce stem pack or Radaway and the what is it called? Oh, it's just the Med Bay. The Med Bay will produce Radaway and stem packs depending on how high your intelligence is. So the higher your intelligence, the more stem packs and Radaway you will produce. However, to get more stem packs, you need you need a science lab for Radaway. But that also requires intelligence. And last but not least, the last stat that is affecting something. I mean, luck affects things too when we get out into the field. Depending on how lucky you are, you might find items faster. But the last stat out there is the charisma stat, which affects your radio station. Radio stations makes it so people are more likely to join your vault. Once the timer reaches 0 on that, someone will join your vault every time. So it's kind of nice to have a little radio station. The bigger the radio station, the better, but you only have a limited amount of space, and I just put mine there just for the time being. And that leads me to my next point, and that is combining rooms. You can combine up to 3 rooms at once, so that way you can have more people in that room, upwards to 6 when you have a room of 3, and it also produces more and can store more inventory, along with upgrading rooms on top of that to get more supplies and production done. And then also, once you have a room fully built, or 3 rooms built like this, you can upgrade it by spending some caps. Now, in order to get caps, you get caps every time you collect food, water, or power. And you can get more caps is if you rush them. Rushing them gives you experience, all of the dwellers in that room experience and caps. However, there is a chance each time you rush a room that it will fail the rush. See, the rush went up now. The incident percentage chance went up. If you fail the incident percentage chance, then something bad will happen to your vault. Either rad roaches, mole rats, or fire. Which is kind of bad for your vault, because that means your vault dwellers will have to deal with it and can't produce whatever in that room at the time because they're under attack by the elements or by enemies. So you may be asking yourself, what's the point of sending people out to the wasteland, them having levels and all of that? Well, I'm glad you asked. Levels affect quests, and you get quests from the Overseer's office to send people on missions to do things, like the Path to Paula Plumpkin, for example, or the third and goal, rescue the hostage and confront the commission. So we need to go rescue the hostage, and we get rewards for completing missions like laser pistols, which help protect your vault more, or all of that. Like, you can get Nuka-Cola Quantums, which I'll get into those in a minute. Quantums make it so you can speed up things immediately and activate things immediately. You can get Quantums in the wild at random, or you can find them on your people. But we have a quest here set up. I've had it set up in advance. So let's go ahead and start this quest. It's 3 of my vault dwellers. It's myself, a friend of mine, actually married in real life, but my wife in-game. The 2 of them got together and had a kid, so I was like, fuck it, she's my wife now. But the 3 of us are out on a quest, and that is what we're going to show now. This is the combat section of Fallout Shelter. So your party of upwards to 3, because that's how many you can send on a... When they arrive at location, will spawn outside the building, and it is your job as Overseer to lead them through the building to figure out where you need to go. So currently we only have 1 room we can go into, and our goal is to try and find the objective and save the hostage. That is our goal in mind currently. So we have to fight our way through, killing all the enemies, and try and save the hostage. And when enemies die, they sometimes drop loot. And they didn't drop any there, but sometimes they do. You're going to be the practice squad. So, looks like we're fighting. And if you want enemies to die quicker, or you don't like people targeting enemies by themselves, like right now we currently have a one-on-one fight there, so there was no point in telling them to switch targets. But if there's like a super strong enemy and you don't want all of your units fighting them, you can change that so they are targeting someone else, so that way you can have a 2-on-1 fight while they are fighting that enemy. So it can be helpful to pick your targets, and there's also VATS in this game as well. It doesn't work as it does in the other games, though. It works as just a instant damage, double the damage shot potentially, and hopefully I'll get a chance to activate it so I can show you what it looks like. But yeah, this is the adventure side of Fallout Shelter. When you are doing quests, you send out your team and they go fight, and you lead them through the building in hopes to complete the quest to get more rewards, to make your team stronger, and protect your vault, and make your vault stronger as well. So that's what we're doing here. And the sparkly things, once you clear the room and your dweller in the room, you can search those for additional loot, which is pretty nice to have. So you may notice here, my dweller is getting a little low on health. You can send them out with stim packs and RadAway, and use those on your dwellers if they are getting too hurt, which is what I'm doing in this situation because Duray is getting rather fucked up. So we got some duct tape, a fan, and baseball gloves, and another stim pack. Really nice. And when you're zoomed in on things, your dwellers will sometimes say things that have like snappy little lines, and it'll be funny and clever and all of that. So what's wrong, Kamish? Feeling a little deflated? So now we have a boss, and the boss has more health, does more damage, and all in all, just essentially like a boss fight in a game. He can do more damage, he can take more damage, and will just generally fuck shit up unless you are prepared. Which is why generally, when doing quests... Oh wait, let me activate VATS real quick. Oh, never mind. So as you saw there, VATS was available to activate. I didn't activate it in time. But the chance to activate it there was there. What it does is, it lets you do super damage to an enemy. Let's see if there's another enemy in the room. Oh no! We have found the person... At least... Yeah, we found the person who was in trouble. And so we completed the quest. So now, if we so choose, we can leave, and she's joined our vault. So when we get back to the vault, we'll be there. But if we want to end the quest now, we can, or we can keep looking through the building, see if we can find more loot. Which is generally what I always do. I like to see if there's loot. And it also is an experience. Because usually your team can handle it if you came to the mission prepared. And there's nothing wrong with having more loot. Because more loot means more stuff for the vault, which means loot. Alright. So, to activate VATS, sometimes this will just randomly pop up above an enemy. And what you want to do is try and get as close to the center as possible by tapping A. Right. Oh, I fucking failed. I took too long. Alright. I fucked that up horribly, but the closer you are to the center, the more damage your shot will do. I did the bare minimum additional damage there, which is 1.25 additional damage. Not the best, but it could have been worse. But that is essentially the meat and potatoes of Fallout Shelter. You send out your vault dwellers to quest, save your do quest, keep your vault alive, and keep thriving as Overseer. Although we did get a lunchbox, and I want to show what that is, because those sometimes pop up in game. So normally I would just continue searching this place, but I'm going to say they can come back to the vault. We got a lunchbox, Hopefully, they won't take a long time to get back to the vault. Otherwise, I can't show it off in the video. Which would suck, because I'm out of quantums right now. But yes, we did gain a new Vault Dweller for finishing this mission. As you saw, we got Martha Hill. So that's another reason to go on more quests, is because you can potentially get more Dweller. Yeah, they're going to be gone. Oh wait, I have one quantum. And that's exactly how long it's going to take them to get back. So, we'll use my last quantum. Quantums, will, like I said, will speed up the journey to and from quests. See, how you doing, Simon? You're doing alright. You're not fucked up. But now, we have a new Vault Dweller. We have Martha Hill. And... wait, what were her stats? Martha Hill has a shit ton of agility. Alright, well, you can go straight to the food biz. You have max fucking agility. Goddamn. Mainly because of her outfit, is that the reason. Yeah, swing dress plus 6. God damn. But since our Vault Dwellers are back, we can assign them to rooms again to help get more supplies if we need it. But we don't right now, so they can just kind of walk around and do their own thing. If we wanted them to have a child also, you can put 2 Vault Dwellers in the same room, in the same living quarters. You put 2 together at the same time, and they will go keep talking until they have baby making music, and they get the female pregnant and have a kid. Well, they'll be pregnant for a couple hours in real life, and then they'll have the kid later. So the final thing I want to show before I end this video is lunchboxes. And what these are, lunchboxes affect the game in astronomical ways, because you open the lunchbox and you get these cards, and these cards are bonuses for your vault that you can get for completing objectives, quests, or all of that. So the first card, 100 caps, nothing to sneeze at. Wonder Glue, which is just some junk. 50 water, battle armor, and last but not least, 500 caps. So it wasn't anything like crazy. Oh my god, another one? Fucking hell. So, well, this works perfectly, because there was one more thing I wanted to show off real quick, and that was the defense of the vault door. You can put people at the vault door as guards to guard your vault in advance. So that way, if people come attack, like it's happening right now, your people that have the strongest weapons and all of that, if you don't have room in your room, you can just go and fight the raiders immediately, like they're doing right now. So that way the raiders don't get past the first room. So that way the rest of your vault doesn't have to deal with them. Now, later on in game, you'll get things that are much stronger than raiders. Eventually you'll start getting death claws attacking your place. But for the time being, we only have raiders. As you get farther and farther into the game and you get more vault dwellers, you will start getting stronger opponents such as death claws. So fair warning there. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all that is. All to do in fucking Fallout Shelter. It's a simple game, but it can help you keep yourself occupied on Xbox if you have nothing to do. So the game is free also, so there's that. So if you feel like you want to do something, get this game. And other than that, hope you enjoyed this little review of Fallout Shelter, and I'll see you all in the next episode of whatever that might be. Farewell, guys. Have a nice day.